Hi, good morning YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rhonda Wheeler again. I am an author, a chef, and I ran into some people yesterday because yesterday I was at an event, and a couple of ladies were there saying, hey, I see you floating around the internet, and we just didn't know who you were and what eat X date meant, and can you tell us a little bit more about it? And I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to share what eat sex date is. And it's not taboo, it's not hoodoo, it's not voodoo, it's not witchcraft. I don't know if you can see the rest. It says, what order are you dating? And why I came up with this title, for one, it is definitely catchy to the eye, and it intrigues you and make you want to know more, about this lady on the cover. And what would make her want to write a book called Eat Sex Date? So just to tell you a little bit information, about myself and how I came up with the title. I've been a dater, right? You can't get out of dating. You can't. It's a way of life. It's how you meet your mate. It's how you meet your husband. It's how you meet your wife. Dating and relationships, that is something that's going to be with us to the rest of our lives. So first, I wanted to write about something that I had experience with. And I wanted to write about something that we will forever be the conversation piece for the rest of our life. You'll get some information from me. You'll get some information from growing up. You'll get some information from your other followers. But the information that I want you to take away and get here on this channel would be, I am not a relationship coach. I'm not a life coach. And I don't want people to get that confused, because there is a big difference in what I do and the message that I deliver. The purpose of my channel is to connect people. Not division, but connecting. Because I feel like we have gotten so far away from building. And I want to be able to be that positive person, that positive voice, and let you know that I'm out here. I'm not about the negative energy. I'm about positive energy, positive connecting, positivity you will hear on my channel. And you'll also hear me calling people out who have violated the purpose of marriage, dating, and their singlehood, and giving wrong information about what they should be doing. That's called a referee, and that is who I am. I command that people tell the truth today about relationships. I command that the people who are violating the relationships, meaning the people that are in the relationships, come out that denial phase, right? What your father did, that's what your father did. What your mother did, that's what your mother did. You are not them people. You are your own individual. So quit blaming things on other people and take accountability. So I'm blowing the whistle on that. On this channel, you'll be able to hear expert tips that work. Imagine that, finally. Someone that wants to tell the truth and give you information, useful information that works. Tools, helpful tools, healthy tools that you can take and you can grow from, and you can start connecting. I live in a huge city. I live in a large city. And people are alone. They're lonely because they're not connecting. They're spending time apart from their family because they moved to a big city, but they're not finding people to talk to have movies with, just have some girl time, some downtime. Even guys, they're not finding it. And I find that weird because that's how I grew up. I grew up with connecting, going to events, meeting people, exchanging information. And people actually at that time got back to you. Social media, when you reaching out to people that on a higher, scale than what you are, they don't get back to you. It's like, wow, I just really, thought that we could connect, and you and I are kind of doing the same thing, and nothing. So this really, people to me have become selfish. They have become absolutely selfish. And I want to be able to tell the story from all parts of the spectrum. I want to be able to deliver it in a positive way, and deliver it the best way that I know how. And that's by telling the truth. And I want people to be more open and honest in their relationships. Right? We just didn't get here because we were honest. We have placed division in our homes with our fathers to our children, with our friends that we've been friends with for a long time, with our parents, and even in our relationships. The world has developed something called online dating, and that is the most divided, it is interactive and interesting form of dating, and there's nothing wrong with it. I've dated there, and I'll tell you about it, but I just wanted to give you some information about who I am, what the information that you receive on my platform versus what you have heard in the past. I'm a new face, I'm a fresh face, and I'm experienced. I'm an expert. And what makes me an expert is I dated in my 20s, I dated in my 30s, and I dated in my 40s. That lets me know that dating is going to be around forever. But within those years that you date, we all should be growing from it, and we should not be repeating the same cycle over and over. And I want to be able to deliver that information to everyone. And I want you to be able to walk away with some good information and share it, right? I want you to share the information that you are receiving. Okay? So, why did I come up with the title Eat, Sex, Date? And what order are you dating in? Order is important. I surveyed men and women. Women didn't understand the eat part. They're like, what's that? Eat? Yeah, go out to eat. Yeah, that's part. He take me out to eat. We get drinks. And I'm like, wow. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. So people are making online dating a part of eating and drinking. I was told that women and men plan some days ahead of time. Or who they gonna have breakfast with, brunch twice. You can have brunch twice. Dinner with, lunch, have a drink. At the end of the night, go to the club. They got it all planned out, but social media has allowed that. And when you're bouncing around, you're not making commitments. You're not connecting. You're unsure about what you want to do. And that's not normal. That's not natural. Maybe in your 20s, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he hit me up. She hit me up. We about to, yeah. I remember those days. Those days I was excited. I got dressed. I was, yeah. I love those times. But that was then. So let's talk about the eat part. Once again on this channel, I mentioned how I want women to be able to activate and lead with their femininity. So that's the eating part of it. And I wrote that piece because that's what I bring. And I want to start the conversation. Well, what it is it that you bring? I'm a chef. I am a professional, personal chef to celebrities. I've done events. You can visit my Instagram page, iamrhondawheeler, and see who I've done parties for. I enjoy the entertainment. I love setting up events. That is where I exercise my femininity. And that's where it's activated. And that's where I feel I am myself. This is what I can do. I make miracles happen for people through event planning. I provide delicious, healthy meals for weddings, birthdays. I'm the healer and the savior in weddings, anniversaries. Because they know that they can count on me and they trust me. And they know that I will deliver quality events. Gorgeous, glamorous events, over-the-top events. And that they know that they can rely on my food to be delicious, mouth-watering. And I got into event planning and cooking because I just always liked to dress up. It was just the thing that is just beautiful. And I love the hair. I love the big earrings. I love the glam. I love it. And I wanted to be able to incorporate that in my everyday life. And I figured out a way how to do it and bring it into everyone else's life so that they can see that they can have this pleasure and this experience as well. So I started an event planning company. And in my book, again, I talk about it, about how COVID came, and COVID changed a lot of things for people. And we wasn't connecting, and people were getting married still, but it was, private ceremonies, it wasn't the whole big theatric event planning. So I said, well, if I can't reach people that way, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to bring me into your home by helping and teaching you and giving you good tips to live out your femininity, to activate it, lead with it, and give you good recipes, good healthy recipes. I'm a pescatarian. I was a pescatarian, vegan, kind of fluctuate back and forth. It's been 30 years. So I'm not new at this. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm a vegan, and try being it for 30 years. Then you come back and tell me, okay? Try being a pescatarian. And then come back and tell me after 30 years. But that's the eating part. And if you want some information, some tips on, I just can't find it in me, right? How do you know that's you? One lady told me that she would play professional football if she could. That's her eat. That's her femininity. People are like, oh, that's masculine. No. That is where she feels peace, relaxed, because she's doing what it is that she wants to do. So if that makes sense, your femininity is activated when you are doing what it is that you feel comfortable and at peace in. And you activate that by giving it back, and it shows. I don't have to go around telling people everywhere I go, I cook, I'm an author, I'm a chef. No. It shows because I'm at peace. And I love enjoying what I'm doing, and it should show on my face. It should hear it in my voice and my tone. It's soft, it's enlightening, and it's peaceful. Okay? So to find your place of E, it could come through soul searching. It could come through heartaches, heartbreaks. It could come through divine connection. It could come through an aha moment. It can come through at any time. I'm not asking for you to, it's not a race, it's not a competition. Right? It's not. Whenever you find what you're good at, it will show. And no one has to even know. It shows across your face. It shows in your day-to-day. Okay, so that's the E part. This part right here. This part right here gets us in trouble every time. Every time. It gets us, let me rephrase this right. It doesn't get us in trouble. Men feel, I'm not talking about your marriage. I'll move over into that in a minute. I'm talking about when you're single and you are dating. Men and women, if you go that way, feel like this is supposed to be a given. So, what do you do about that? What do you do when this interrupts the pattern of this? Because this right here, let me stop. Men and women are doing life-term sentences behind this. They are buried 6 feet under because of this. Oh, you thought Fatal Attraction just came because what? Today? Fatal Attraction been around. Because people get caught up in this. Right? So when I surveyed, of course, men said that this should go first. The shirt should read, sex, date, and eat. Because that's the order how men eat. Date. Or then some said this should be first. Then after we have this, then we gonna eat. And they couldn't figure out what to do with this because it's like, well, I really didn't say I was dating her. That was just hey, she hit me up, I hit her up. That's poor behavior, and that's a horrible answer. But that's the information that I received. And this, in dating, just make sure it's understood what both of you are doing. Right? Make sure it's understood. Right? You want to make sure that it's understood. That if you enter this here, you have that conversation, because it could get ugly real quick. This can lead to babies. This can lead to other complicated issues that you can't get rid of. This could lead to a doctor's appointment. Speaking of alerts, I was in the car yesterday coming back from my event. Houston has a gonorrhea billboard. There's an alert. Anytime there's an alert, that means that the population is very high. Very high. We have a gonorrhea alert in Houston. Am I shocked? No. I worked in healthcare. And Monday mornings, when I answer the phone, time to return the phone calls from being out of the office for the weekend, I still tell this story today because it's disheartening. I am so appalled. Yeah, this is the conversations I would get. Oh, well, the voicemail, because I'm listening to it. Yeah, I went to a club and I had sex in the bathroom with some guy. And my mouth is burning and my other, down there is burning too. I need an appointment. 2 voicemails later and same information. So I thought, wait a minute, there's a pattern here. When I pulled up the information, you check the zip codes, they're in the same area. So it's a person that was out there on the weekend, and I'm assuming that this person was attractive because he was pulling them in. He was pulling them in left and right. And now they're stuck with something for the rest of their life. And they didn't want to use their insurance because they were so embarrassed. So they're asking a cash payment. And being stuck with something like that for the rest of your life, knowing that you still have life to live, it's natural to want to be involved in that. But how do you have that conversation with your partner? You should have that conversation. We should be letting the other party know that, hey, I have something. Just want to let you know that this is what we're going to enter. We should wear protection. Don't mess up someone else's life. But I know it's some trifling people out there that don't care. You feel burned, so you're going to burn others. Literally. All right, so enough of that. The date part. Once again, that's going to be always a part of our lives. Even when you're married, people say, I arrange play dates, dinner dates, with my husband. It's a part of dating. And you should be. This is a great part of life, dating. Get dressed up. Put your sexy back on. Show your husband that I may not look the same. I may not feel the same as you met me before, but I am still the same woman you fell in love with. Take him on some dates. Take her on some dates. Never stop dating. Date. married people. Get out of that routine. Date. It's a part of life. It's fun. Date. Plan. That's why I keep the event planning going for my business. I don't have the business aspect of it anymore. But when I do my cooking events, I do. I set up the table. I prepare a meal for the guests, and they enjoy it because it's a part of dating. They don't have to leave the house. I come to their home and I prepare a meal for their friends, for their family, whoever they invite for the evening. It's a date night. And if you want to book me, my information, is in the my bio. Just let me know. I travel. I just want people to get back connecting. So let's sum all this up. Eat, X, date. What order are you dating in? You can drop a line to me. What order are you dating in? This is my order, and this is what I chose. Because I'm activated in my femininity, and I'm leading by it. This part right here, it's a part of dating. It's a part of relationships. It's a part of connecting and being intimate. But I tell you what, I don't enter this right here unless I know that's the partner that I want to be with for the rest of my life. Right? Because I ask the right questions. And I know that he is the one for me. And that has led to engagement. It has led to a promise ring. That have led to an engagement. That have led to a marriage. Because I'm all about connecting and telling and delivering the truth. I want to get all my people there. Everyone. When I say all my people, I mean everyone. And I want to have a conversation on my next video about masculinity in women. But I just want to give a little bit right there so you'll know what I'm going to what I'm going to be talking about, and to give you some time to get your questions together. Women have been masculine. Please stop by saying, oh, women, y'all just masculine out there. You know why? Because we are not giving this up like it used to be. Yeah, we had kids before. And so men are like, hey, you didn't gave it up before, why don't you give? No. When you know better, you do better. And if this is something that he's wanting to lead with, put that first. When you know better, you do better. Then you command something from him, because he's commanding something from you. You command something from him. And when I say women been masculine, I can recall there was something called the Underground Railroad. She was masculine. She led, I don't know, I can't even get the number right. Don't quote me on it, so I won't say it. How many she led to freedom? Masculinity. Sojourner Truth, masculinity. Rosa Parks stood up, masculinity. Today, I'm blowing a whistle on it. I am so flabbergasted by the amount of men that are saying this is what you have to have, and if you don't do it, you're not feminine. Because we're saying no, we're blowing the whistle on it. No, we're not. No. If you want to be with us, then you have to do more. Because this alone, that doesn't mean love. It's a part of dating. It's a part of marriage. But it's not everything. And we're going to talk about that more. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed today's podcast. Remember, it's the, not the P. It is leading with your femininity. It is another power of the F and not the P. So thank you for joining me today. It was a pleasure. I look forward to some of your comments and answering and responding to them. And if you feel that you want to send me an email me. I'll be happy to answer your question. And also maybe some things that you want me to deliver the truth on, because this is the Truth Podcast. And if you have some questions and you feel like you can't get them answered, you can come to me and you will definitely receive the truth. So thank you so much for joining me on this morning. I'm going to go work out in my EX date shirt. And if you want to order the shirt, I will put the link in my bio. I just haven't done that yet. I just wanted to really get out and give you some information about my book and why the title. And I wanted to, so you guys see my face again. All right, it was a pleasure, and I look forward to more content putting out there. Again, it is not the P. Activate your power of the F at all times. All right, don't forget to eat, sex, date, and remember, let me know what order you're dating in. I would love to know. Remember, I'm the love to know. I want to know. All right, until next time, bye.